Alright, me babbers, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Yugi Bean, and today I have got an updated Dark Magician profile for you. I had a little chat with some people in a group chat, and they recommended I try out the Dogmatika version, and I have, and I think it is amazing. Having the option to do your full combo, and then normal summon Ecclesia, and just go from there is absolutely insane. So, I'm going to show you my profile, see what you think of it, and maybe you'll give it a go and test out your locals or maybe even some regionals. Now that they've announced YCS is coming back in January, we might see some regionals coming up very, very soon, which could be really great for everyone to get back into proper real-life events. Now, as always, if you do enjoy this, please leave a like and hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to me. It shows that you're appreciating and enjoying my content. It gives me that little buzz to keep going. And without further ado, let's begin. Alrighty then. Starting off with our monster lineup, we are playing 2 Dark Magicians. Now, I used to play 3, but 3 is too bricky. 2 is the perfect number, because when you do need to see him, you can see him with searching with the souls. And if he does appear in your hand, you can discard him for a Dragoon Negate, so it's not too bad if you open one of them. We're then playing the 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon and the 1 Dark Magician Girl. Of course, the Red Eyes is there for the Red Eyes Fusion play, to make the Dragoon. And the Dark Magician Girl is there to send off with souls for an extra draw from Soul Servant. So definitely needed to play those cards there. Next, we have the 3 Magician's Rod. This is a standard 3-of. It can clash sometimes with the Dogmatika package because ideally you want to be summoning Ecclesia after you've made Dragoon rather than before. But if you do open this in Souls, you're going to summon this over Ecclesia anyways because this searches all your pieces, like your Soul Servant, your Eternal Soul, and that sort of thing. So 3 Rod as standard. And then of course we're playing 3 Magician's Souls. Again, 3-of without question. It allows you to send Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, or to be fair, even the Ecclesia, not the Ecclesia, the Fleur-de-Lis, because it's a level 8 spellcaster. So sending any level 6 spellcaster or higher from deck to grave, summon itself, and you can send spells or traps from the field or hand to the graveyard to draw that many number of cards. Busted card, worth the price tag, definitely a 3-of. We're then going to go into our Dogmatika package. We've got 1 Ecclesia and 1 Fleur-de-Lis. This is going to search your Dogmatika punishment, and this is there to negate any big boss monsters that can't be targeted, like Dragoon. Really handy to have this as a follow-up play, especially if you've got this on board, because this can summon itself for free. And then, if you're controlling another Dogmatika monster like the Ecclesia, you get to negate a monster on the field. So it's a really good card to have, adds a little bit of extra spice to your deck to get over those big boards. Moving on to our hand traps. We have got 3 Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, one of the best hand traps in the game. Still so busted, hits basically every deck. Want to search someone? You can. Ash negates it. 3-of 100% without question. I'm also playing 2 Effect Veiler. Now, I'm playing 2 Effect Veiler because I feel that 3 is too many. I'm trying to cut down on normal summons, and I feel that Ash Blossom hits more than Effect Veiler. So I think that it's better to go for the 2 Effect Veiler rather than the 2 Ash and 3 Veiler. But Veiler's still a good card, you know, it's also good because it's a spellcaster, level 1, allows you to make the Artemis and make into the line of play later on that I'll show you. And that's it for the monsters. Now it's time for our spells. So starting on our spell lineup, we're going with 3 Soul Servant. Again, this is a staple mandatory 3-of. This card is busted. It gets to stack our deck with any Dark Magician card. And it also gets to draw 2 cards, in this build anyways, by banishing itself from graveyard. If you play a more casual version, and you can get your hands on these, and you play both Palladium Oracle Mahad and Mana as well, you can draw 4 cards, which is absolutely busted. So yeah, such a good card for the deck. We're then of course playing 3 Red Eyes Fusion. Again, it's a mandatory 3-of. If you open one of them, you can discard it with souls, or you can use it as Dragoon discard, or if you open this and cross out Designator, you're guaranteed a Dragoon because you can just negate the Ash Blossom because you're playing 3 in your deck. So definitely worth playing 3 of these. We're then playing the 3 Nadir Servant. Now this card is good for 2 reasons. One, it gives like a little bit more steam power when it's running on empty. This can send anything from the extra deck, and then you can add from graveyard or deck. So if you have used the Ecclesia already, you can just bring it back and then just summon it for free. This also means that if you open Soul Servant and the Deer Servant, you can send the Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight from the extra deck, and that counts as Dark Magician in the graveyard, so you get a draw. So this helps unclog your hand a little bit and get you a little few extra resources to power through and beat your opponent. So definite 3 of. And of course we are playing 3 Crossroad Designator. I'm still waiting for my third one to arrive, so apologies for the proxy. It had a lot of hype to begin with when it first got announced, and it's starting to see a little bit of play, but I think this card is mandatory just because it enables your plays to go right through. Again, if you open this and you open the Red Eyes Fusion, you've guaranteed Dragoon. If you open this and you can make the Verte, you've guaranteed Dragoon, because again, you can play this and you can send the Veiler or the Imperm to prevent them from negating your card. So definite 3 of in terms of that one. Next, we have the spice of the deck, Sky Striker package. This package is absolutely perfect. Open the Engage, you have guaranteed Dragoon. Open the Hornet Drones, you have guaranteed Dragoon. The Eagle Booster, if you can make the Verte, you have a guaranteed Dragoon. This package is absolutely outstanding for making your plays go through, and I cannot recommend it enough. Engage isn't super expensive, neither is Drones or Eagle Booster, so if you're looking for that little bit of extra consistency, especially in the late game, if you have the Engage and you've got lots of spells in grave, that extra draw can be absolutely perfect. And then finally on our spells, we've got 1 Salvation, 1 Circle, and 1 Magicalized Fusion. Salvation is there to search Eternal Soul. We only play 1 Salvation because once it's been used, it is useless. There's no point having multiple of it. We also use this as Souls Fodder, so after it has been activated and set the Eternal Soul, we can use Souls to send the Salvation to get a free draw. So it's got a little bit more utility than just making us have access to Eternal Soul. The 1 Circle is there because Circle can be useful in case you have to out a card that you haven't got anything main decked for. So for example, if a Mystic Mine, anything like that, Imperial Order, something like that. It wouldn't be Imperial Order, but you understand my drift. You know, cards that you can't out normally that can tackle, so it's very useful to have that in deck. And of course, the Magicalized Fusion is there to help follow up on your next turn to make the second Dragoon, or if you've got the space for it, anything else you want to play like Quintet Magician. Really handy to have, and sometimes if you open the Magicalized Fusion, you can make the Dragoon turn 1. So worth having the Magicalized Fusion in your deck. So that is it for the spells. It's time for our traps. And then now on to our traps. So for our trap lineup, we have got 3 Infinite Impermanents. This is another reason why I am running 2 Veiler rather than 3. 3 Imperm, I feel, is always going to be right. If you open multiple of it, you can set it in the right zones, negate an effect, and if people run into it, it can actually end game. So, really good card to have, and having it in hand as well, if you go first and you have nothing to go with. Good little bit of disruption, going to stop their plays in their tracks. Overall, a really good card. And then finally, we have Eternal Soul and the Punishment to round out the 40 cards. Eternal Soul, again, we have the 1 Salvation, therefore this needs 1 Eternal Soul. Isn't doing much apart from summoning Dark Magician, but it's still useful to have one to sort of keep your plays going and get a little bit of momentum back. And of course the Punishment, you're searching that off of Ecclesia, you're going to send the Entis on that one to get 2 free pops, and in some cases that can literally end the game. So that rounds up the main deck for you. Now we're going to have a little look at my extra deck. So, starting off with our fusions. We are playing 2 Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, 1 Dark Magician the Dragon Knight, 1 Titaniclad, and 1 Entis. Now, we're playing 2 Dragoon because 2 is better than 1, and it just means that we can do the second one with the Magicalized Fusion. Gives us a little bit of extra sort of steam out of our resources. The Dark Magician the Dragon Knight is there, like I said earlier, for the Nadir play. Send that, gets you a DM Engrave, gets you a free draw. You can't bring it back with the Eternal Soul because it was not summoned properly. However, having that ability to get that free draw is very, very useful. Of course, the Titaniclad searches the Fleur-de-Lis at the end phase. You send that normally from your Nadir Servant, add the Ecclesia, do the rest of your plays, end phase, add the fleur-de-lis. And of course the Entis is there to get the extra pop off of the Dogmatika punishment. So that is it for the fusions. Now for the Link lineup. We're playing Kagari and Kaina, Link Spider, Imduk, and Artemis. Now, we play the Sky Strikers because this recurs your Hornet Drones or your Engage, and this gives you the zone that points down to give you space to make the second token into Link Spider. If you didn't play Kaina, the package wouldn't work. You have to play these three specifically, or these two specifically, and any monster that can become, or that goes from a normal monster like a token, like Link Spider. The Imduk is there to give us a bit of extra resources in terms of getting a Dragon Engrave for the Magicalized Fusion. And of course the Artemis is there because having Rod Engrave is good. This can get Rod Engrave quite quickly, and it also allows us to go into the liner play. And speaking of liner, we are playing one liner, the Light Charmer Lustrous, two Verte Anaconda as well. Now we're playing the liner because a lot of decks are playing light monsters, and if we are able to summon a light monster, make this, and then take a light from grave, we can go into the Selene and Access Code Talker play. So it's a good card to have. And then of course we're also playing the Anaconda of 2, because one's for Ice Fusion and one is for the Magicalized. And again, until this card gets banned, it's the best way to play Dragoon without question. So you want to be playing 2, definitely. And then of course you have the one Selene and the one Access Code. As I said, Selene can be made by using the liner and a opponent's monster from grave. And then this summons any spellcaster from your grave, makes the Access Code Talker, you win the duel. I know Access Code Talker is a lot of money, but right now it is such a good card and it can literally end games, so it is well worth having in your extra deck. So that covers the extra deck, and finally, it is time for the side deck. And finally, it's time for the side deck. So, to start it off, we have got 3 Nibiru. This card is an absolute staple in any deck against combo. If they overextend and they haven't got a way to stop this, they get punished really hard, and it's not a massively expensive card right now, so it's definitely worth trying to pick them up before they shoot up again, especially if you're looking to keep them for a bit of value. So definitely worth the 3 of. Next, we have the Dark Ruler No More. Again, against combo decks, if they haven't got a Spell and Trap Negate to stop this, then they lose their whole board, because you play this, you clean their board out, and then you make your own board, and then they pass, you know, on resources that they haven't got enough to keep going with, you know? So this can be killer against some decks, so definitely worth playing 3 of. Now I'm playing 2 Cosmic Cyclone. This is because back row hate at the moment isn't massively needed. There isn't a meta deck that's using back row very much. However, you do have to account for it. If you don't do that, you're bound to come against a deck that you could have, you know, really used a Cosmic Cyclone for. So we're playing 2 of that. And then we're also playing the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. Such a good card. It came in a structure deck. It's Raigeki for Spell and Traps. What more could you ask for? It's a bit sacky at 1, of course. But if you open it, then, well, you've beat that back row deck easily. Next, we have the Ice Dragon's Prison. This card is really, really punishing against some decks. You can use it against Ignister. You can use it against Prank Kids. You can use it against really any deck that has shared types within it. And of course, if they extend the wrong direction and you play this and you send their big boy to the banish zone, they can't carry on and it hits them really badly. So definitely worth picking up, especially now that the tins are out and they're a little bit more accessible. So 3 is definitely the right call in my opinion. And to round off the whole deck profile, I have got 3 Evenly Matched. Now this card is slept on in my opinion. I think Evenly Matched is without question one of the greatest side deck cards ever printed. It can completely destroy an entire board, and what more can you say about that? You know, people are not playing around Evenly Matched and they get punished for it hard, especially if you can combine it with Dark Ruler No More. Dark Ruler No More and Evenly Matched is an unbroken, unbeatable combo, because what are they going to do? If they don't play Judgment, they don't play Strike, they don't play anything like that, they can't negate these cards. And so they have to send it all to the banish zone. And so I think Evenly Max is such a good card to play in the side deck. So, that is it for the actual deck profile. I'm now going to show you 3 combos. One that involves just Sky Striker Engage, one that involves Engage and Souls, and the third one that's going to show you Engage, Souls, and the Dear Servant. So, stay tuned for those combos. So, for this first combo, it's simply just going to be Sky Striker Mobilize Engage. Super simple, 1 card gets you Verte Anaconda, so let's begin. You're going to activate your Engage, and you're going to search out the Hornet Drones. You're then going to activate the Hornet Drones, and you are going to make a token. That token will then get linked into your Kagari. Now the Kagari is going to activate, and it is going to add you to your hand Hornet Drones. You're then going to link the Kagari over into a Kaina. Then you will activate Hornet Drones again to summon a token, and the Kaina will gain you 100 life points because you played a Sky Striker spell. You'll then link this token into the Link Spider in this zone over here, and then link these 2 into the Verte Anaconda, and that's your combo. You then go from there and you've got your play. So you've still got 4 other cards in hand, and you've made Dragoon with 1 card. So Hornet Drones or Engage is busted. Now I'm going to show you combo 2. You have Engage and a monster. Okay, so combo number 2 is going to be Engage and any monster. I've gone with Souls just to give it a little bit more flair for the combo, but it could be Rod, it could be Hand Trap, it could be anything to summon from the Engage alongside it, I mean. So, with this deck, it's important to remember that you always do your Engage Sky Striker plays first, then your Dark Magician plays, and then you do your Dogmatika plays last, okay? So here we go. We're going to activate the Engage to add to our hand the Hornet Drones. We're then going to activate the Hornet Drones, make the token, and then link this into the usual Kagari. Now this time, you're going to activate Kagari and add back the Engage. And this is important, you'll see why in a second. Next, we're going to activate Souls. We're going to summon it by sending Dark Magician Girls to the graveyard. And then we're going to link these into Verte. Now, before you play Verte's effect, you're going to reactivate the Engage and add to your hand Eagle Booster. And then you can play the Anaconda effect. And then when they try and negate it, you can play the Eagle Booster, because this prevents the Anaconda from being affected by other card effects except for itself. This means that they go, oh, okay, Infinite Impermanence. You go, great, Eagle Booster. They target it with Effect Veiler. Great, Eagle Booster it. They try and negate it with a regular effect. Great, Eagle Booster. It prevents it from getting negated. You guarantee your Dragoon going through. And engaging any monster is, you know, it's really a common combo. You know, I mean, none of the engages at 1, but it still works out really well. And so that's it for combo 2. Now I'm going to show you combo 3, where you incorporate the entire deck. So Engage plus a monster plus Nadir Servant. Okay, so here we go. Okay then, combo number 3. This is going to be Engage, Magician Souls, and Nadir Servant. Now, ideally, the monster you summon between the Nadir and these Engage has to be a special summon, because you need the normal summon for the Ecclesia later on, okay? So, here we go. Like before, we're going to activate the Engage to add to our hand the Hornet Drones. And then like before, activate the drones, get the token, and then make the Kagari. And then effect of the Kagari is going to add back your Engage. You're then going to activate Souls, send the DMG, and summon the Souls. And then link 2 into Verte Anaconda. You're going to activate Engage, adding the Eagle Booster, and effect of Anaconda, paying the 2,000 life points, and sending, of course, the materials for a Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. So you send the Red Eyes Fusion, the Dark Magician, and the Red Eyes. And then you're going to summon out your Dragoon. Now, you've got the Eagle Booster here in case this gets negated. In this case, we'll say it's fine. It didn't get negated, but it's still there in case. Next, we're going to activate Nadir Servant. We're going to send Titanic Clad to the graveyard to add Ecclesia. And then we're going to normal summon Ecclesia, activate her effect to add to our hand a Dogmatika punishment. And then we're going to set the punishment, and then during the end phase, Titanic Clad will activate, adding you the Fleur de Lis. So, that is the sort of the best combo, ignoring other cards in your hand. You may have other disruptions, you may have a Soul Servant in your hand, so during this bit here, before you end the turn, you can draw a couple of cards. So that is the bare bones basic combo. But if this works, you then have a double pop with the punishment because you send the Entis. You also have this for next turn to summon to the field to negate a monster. And you've also still got ideally the Dragoon for a negate with, of course, the negate right now. So you do have a lot of options in terms of your cards. So, thank you very much for watching this deck profile. I hope this is useful and entertaining for you. Please leave a like and a comment and subscribe. I'd appreciate all your feedback. I'm happy to hear what you guys think about this. And until next time, stay safe.